Hey there, good morning. Welcome to the JeepSolid Garage. So today's a pretty exciting day because I'm gonna do the final touches on my stroker build, getting it done. But then I also had a little bit of a crazy idea. I'm thinking of tomorrow, Saturday, doing a live stream, like a marathon live stream of pulling the engine on my YJ that the stroker is gonna go into. Tomorrow, Saturday at noon, check that video out. I gotta set some things up for that, get ready. So I'm kind of excited about that as well. We really don't have much left to do at all on the stroker here. All I gotta do is, drop the push rods down into it, put the rocker arms on, torque that down, get my gasket on here, and then the stroker is done. That's so cool. Now, pulling the engine on this and doing it in a live stream all in one night, honestly, I'm kind of excited about it, but a little nervous because I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I don't know if I'll be able to complete. Looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can totally do that. But sometimes, I don't know, I get a little over enthusiastic about things, and then one little thing can just hold you back. Like, you're always one broken bolt away from an easy project turning into just a massive ordeal. So I don't know, we'll see how that live stream goes. I'm excited about it. I'll have myself some Mountain Dew and coffee. We'll live stream. You guys can pop in and out, check, see how it's going, but it'll be a fun day. So here I've got my push rods all out. I'm gonna get these lubed up. These are from Engine Tech. These rocker arms, everything here is from Engine Tech. They are the sponsor of this build, the stroker build. Check out their website, linked in the description below. I've used their products on my last build, was super happy with it. Haven't ever had an issue with any of their parts. Check them out. Here I'm making sure the ends of the push rods are lubed up really well, and obviously I'm not keeping these in order because they're all brand new. If you're reusing your push rods, you gotta be sure to keep them in the same order that you took them out. And now we'll just drop them in place. And I'm being very careful to go through and make sure that each one is setting down on the lifter, right in the center of the lifter, where it's supposed to be. Now we'll get a little bit of lube on our rocker assembly as well. Anywhere where metal is contacting metal here, we want to just make sure we have some good assembly lube on all those parts. Don't want anything rubbing dry. And now we can drop our rocker assemblies. Actually, I'm going to drop a little more lube on these. Plenty of lube. Now let's drop our rocker assemblies in place. Those, and then these guys have a little oiling grooves. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of wide on that end, narrow on this end. From what I can see, it does not make a lick of difference if it goes that way versus that way. The last engine I took apart, it was narrow. You can see those little grooves, narrow here, wide on the backside. They were just kind of random all over it. There was no rhyme or reason. I think I'll install mine all with the narrow side going towards the valve there. Get down in there, there we go. Just so they're all kind of uniform. But those are just like a little oiling groove. Those guys, the bridge. And then we'll put a couple of finger tight bolts in. I'm going through making sure these are all finger tight and lined up perfectly, that the push rods all look good. They're sitting down on the lifters just right. Giving them all a little wiggle as I just tighten things down a little bit. We're gonna go through and torque all of these to 19 foot-pounds. But as we do that, you'll notice that some of the lifters are up a little bit, some are down. So we're gonna rotate the crankshaft a little bit just to make sure that they're even. So here, this is top dead center at cylinder number 1. Both valves are closed, so we'll go ahead and torque those to 19. Then we'll go through and get all these others at, so the valves are closed, and go through and torque them down at 19 as well. So you can kind of see how these are level and these are kind of offset a little bit. So because we're at top dead center, cylinder 1 here, torque these guys to 19. Now we can rotate our whole assembly clockwise while we're watching our valves here. Cylinder number 2 is down, so we can go ahead and torque those guys to 19 foot-pounds. And we'll kind of go through on all the cylinders. Number 3 is not quite even. There we go. we'll repeat that process. All right, that's kind of fun. Looking at all those valves moving like that. I'm gonna take a little brake cleaner and clean off the surface where our valve cover is gonna go, the valve cover gasket. Just make sure there's not any oil or anything on here that'll interfere with a good seal. So the live stream coming up tomorrow, be sure to tune in for that. Pop in, pop out, check on me, see how it's going. I really think I can get this engine pulled in one evening. It might take me 4 hours, might take me 6 hours. I don't know, if I run into trouble, it could take me 8 hours, or I might not be able to get it done at all. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below, let me know. Do you think I can get it done in one afternoon or evening by myself? That's the challenge. Looking at it piece by piece, I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. Just gotta take off the intake manifold, all the throttle cables, blah, blah, blah. Disconnect the exhaust, remove all the spark plug wires, disconnect the transmission. I think I can do it. I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be an interesting evening. Saturday at noon Pacific time. Thought that was a good time to do it when people could tune in, pop out, and I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock at night, I'll still be working on it. You guys can check and see. This is nice and clean. Go ahead and get our valve cover gasket on there. And the valve cover gasket does have a right way and a wrong way. For some reason, of all the gaskets, it's always the one I struggle with, wait, is this right? No, is that right? And this is not correct. Is it just upside down or is it backwards? Wait, I think it's backwards. Yeah. See, I told you, this is always the one it's like a jigsaw puzzle for me, and it's about the 8th time I try that I get it right. Yep, not that way. But it's pretty darn close. I think if I flip it this way. Of course, it's the 4th way that I try. Get out of there. Oh yeah. Yep. There we go. Or I could just match it up with the top, you know. But who wants to do things the easy way? And drop our valve cover on. And we'll go around and torque the valve cover to 55 inch-pounds. And with that, the stroker build is done, yay! Next step, install it into my 94 YJ. I'm gonna get started on that tomorrow, 12 o'clock Pacific time. Tune in, come see how I'm doing. I'll be trying to pull this engine out. I'm gonna run into some struggles. You guys can follow along, leave me some tips down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a good day.